Okay, the first thing we do is select DACC measurement program. Then assuming we have a digital AccuMeasure plugged in, which we do here, we're going to scan for it. Shows up in the window here. We do a connect. The next thing we want to do, we're going to select this tile in a second. We want to check the hardware of the unit first to make sure it's set up correctly. And here we've got 500 hertz filters selected for both probes for thickness. I have maximum range extension turned on in this case, 5x, and then we click OK. So our device settings are all set and stored. Then we're going to select thickness of a conductor, and then we move to the differential conductive thickness screen here, and the next thing we want to do is calibrate it. So we go to measurement tab here, set up channel 1, and we're doing tile 1 here, this function. We're not using push-pull probes. So we want to check and make sure that our probes are within range, and we can see here that the bottom probe is reading a 1/10 of a millimeter, and I have a wafer sitting on a plat, so that's never going to get any closer to the probe. The top probe's a little further away, and that's reading about 1.1, and that's a 250 at 5x, so we can get up to about a 7 millimeter range with that. Sorry, not 7. About 1.2. So we're close to the maximum. All right. The next thing we want to do is now that we've made sure our probes are centered, sample thickness. I have a piece of silicon wafer in between the two probes, and it's 695 microns thick. So we're going to put in 0.695 millimeters and calibrate on that. Okay, our calibration's set. If we look at this window here, we're reading the thickness of the wafer that's between the two probes. If I pull it out, you can see that goes to 0, essentially nothing there. And we click OK on the screen because we're done with the calibration, and then now we're all set to make measurements. So if we start our monitor here, we're seeing the thickness of the wafer, 695 microns, but since we're auto scaling, we're also picking up the noise here too. All right, if I move the wafer around a little bit, you can see that auto scaling change a bit, and you can see I'm seesawing the wafer back and forth, and there's a slight change in it of several microns. Okay, so we're good to go and take measurements, and we're all calibrated. Thank you.